Okay, so this is an observation with Lee Edgar on the 27th of the 9th, 2016. Lee, can you introduce, just say hi, Emily?
Hi, Emily.
Okay, so talk me through a little bit. This is Hootsuite, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're going to look at Henry J. Socks. Talk me through the client first.
It's a subscription service that delivers socks or boxer shorts to the customer's door, either on a monthly basis or they deliver each month, and you can get a subscription either for 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months.
Okay, all right. So fancy, like, who are they aiming their things at?
They're aiming at sort of young professionals in and around London on over 24k sort of, so they've got a bit of extra money to spend because the price is fairly high for what it is.
What's the price?
I think the cheapest subscription is I think it's £14 a month off the top of my head, and that's for one pair a month. And the most expensive, I think it's over £100, and that's to get 3 pairs a month.
Really? That is expensive.
It is expensive.
£14
Like,
for a pair of
it's almost on par
socks.
with sort of your Calvin Klein boxer range.
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Price. You could also buy individually, and you'll end up paying like way more to buy them individually. Like one pair of boxers is £15.
Okay.
One pair of socks is a tenner.
So you do social media for them?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So talk me through, you sort of, do you do it weekly, daily? How often do you do, what's the kind of schedule?
Daily, I aim to stick out between anywhere, at least 3 tweets and Facebook posts a day per client, so Henry J being one of them. And also with regards to blogs, I write 2 articles a month to go onto the website.
Right, okay. So let's talk through the Facebook. So say we don't have to actually post it, but I need to see from you how you would create a post for their Facebook. So maybe just do it, but we just won't post it.
Okay. Well, if I was going to link to a certain blog, let's go with which one should we go with?
Let's do a non-blog one. We'll come back to the blog one. So let's just do like one with a picture. I saw one with like a cocktail on it.
Yeah, what we'll tend to do, we'll go because we've got on the NAS, we've got like all a
What's
load.
the NAS?
It's just
It's your server.
it's just a cloud server with all the images and stuff that we use for clients that we've already got that they've provided.
Right.
And there's a load of pictures on there that he had taken of the socks and the products. So what I'd normally do, I'd grab one off of there, stick it onto the post, and type out some sort of quirky little quote, advertising whatever it may be, the boxes or the socks, or if it's a picture of both.
So show me how you do that then.
Okay, no worries. Just gonna,
What's it important to know? So, say for instance, the client didn't supply the the pictures. Where would you get?
We'd either purchase them on Shutterstock, so we'd have the rights to use them, or if we were to get them from like a free show website or stock photo. With stock photo, you don't have to show the link, do you? But if it was from somewhere else, like off of Google Images, unless if I put in the search settings that it's available for redistribution and commercial use, if it wasn't, I would obviously link to the original page that it came from. But yeah, let's go for this. Yeah, we'll just copy that, paste it there.
Well, you can delete all this afterwards.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just to test that you can do it.
Paste it.
It's all right.
There we go.
It's not a timed thing.
Let's just check the file size. Yeah, that's fine.
So, what were you looking for there?
How big the file is, because there's a 25 megabyte limit, I think, on image size, and a lot of the images that he's provided, they're like with a DSLR, and they're like 3,000 pixels by something.
Right, okay.
So I ended up having to go on Photoshop and reduce them quite a lot.
Yeah.
Let's go to this page. And also we find on Facebook, I tend to, like with Twitter, I say I put at least 3 tweets out a day. With Facebook, I don't necessarily put 3 or more posts a day, because we get more engagement on Twitter than we do with Facebook. We've not got that much of a following on Facebook compared to Twitter. But let's say if we were to...
What's the style that you're trying to do when you're doing the quotes and things like that?
Sort of quite quirky, young but not immature, because it's going for a younger audience, and the patterns of the socks you see by that image there, they're all like crazy patterns.
Yeah.
Like we've looked at statistics before of like the age and stuff of use. We have had like older men, like all the way up to like their mid-60s, that have bought socks, but we tend to find that the large concentration of customers are in between sort of 18 and 35.
Okay. Doesn't matter any picture really. I've seen you source the content anyway. That's fine. I'm happy with that. So when writing the copy out, which is the writing on there, what little things do you have to remember when you're doing it?
There's no spelling mistakes.
There's no spelling mistakes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Make sure it's relevant to the image.
Yeah.
And that it's not just copy, that it actually has a meaning to it. It's not just saying these are our socks. You say buy these socks. You want these socks. Look at the colours. Look at the patterns. There's nothing else out there that's quite like these.
So those are the kind of values that you need to address. So go and write out something that you would do on here.
Right.
How about any links on there? Would you put any links?
Yeah, I'd stick a link either to the home page or to the subscription page if we wanted to talk about the subscriptions. Because obviously we don't tend to say buy one pair of our socks. We'll always say that the subscriptions, we provide this, because then you get return customers and they can just keep on paying. Subscription page. And also it's quite good because recently he's got quite a few new designs made. He's been on holiday on off. He's been a bit busy, so he's not sent us over yet. But he's planning to send over the images of those so we can use those. Like one of them, it's a flamingo pattern. So we'll just that. I always use Hootsuite to make the link smaller so it looks cleaner, really.
Yeah.
And it's on the post.
Yeah.
And normally what I do tend to do, I would take a bit of copy, whether it be out of the About Us section or our story, and I'd not just keep it as it is, I'd reword it a little bit.
Right, okay.
So there's always a little bit of a thing there that links back to the website.
That's a good idea.
Like, I wrote this content myself when we first built the website. This little bit here.
Yeah. All right, fantastic. All right, cool. That's enough. You don't need to post that and delete that now, so no one posts it. Let's just leave it. There we go. Right. Okay. Talk me through Hootsuite and how that, because that's like almost like a collaborative technology, isn't it? Anybody can get on the Hootsuite. So talk us through Hootsuite, what it does, how it works.
Hootsuite's a really versatile platform because it allows us to micromanage each of our accounts, that them to individually sign into Twitter and out and sign into the different accounts. We can schedule tweets for months down the line. Like with Anthony, guy, he comes in a few days a week. He will schedule like generic tweets for the accounts, and then I will go in beforehand and change them all, add images, hashtags, whatnot. I find that to be a bit easier. Yeah.
Talk us through. So the most what's the difference between a tweet and a Facebook post? What would you be looking at?
With a tweet, it'd be shorter. We wouldn't want to stick a long message in just because of the fact that I think it was an average of when you post a tweet, it's seen for, isn't it like up to an hour or not even that, and it's gone.
Yeah.
So you want to make it as short but as attention grabbing as possible. So we always stick an image in or a link to a video. There was an old video that Henry had made a while back that wasn't used an awful lot, so I made use of that a couple of times on tweets.
Shows the scheduling and how that's done.
It looks a bit bare bones at the moment, so I'm not doing a lot of schedule. I tend to do it like midweek or schedule like a week in advance.
Yeah.
But like we'll have like these two. These are our pretty much the two most boring clients. It's like a garden and furniture store, really high market. So we're only getting like 50 plus retired mainly that will buy the furniture. And Duckbusters, they're like a ductwork cleaning, ventilation, extraction service, that sort of thing. So like with them, it's not really. Henry J's unique in the way that you can be quirky and people are going to be interested in that sort of thing. But if you talk like you talk about Henry to a ductwork servicer, it's not going to give off the same vibe because people aren't going to be interested in it.
So you go through the stages of if you were going to schedule a tweet now.
So these are just the ones that Anthony scheduled himself. So if I was going to go in and edit them, let's say this one for instance, I'd go in, bring up the blog post. I'd grab an image from the article, and we tend to have at least 2 images in an article, so we're not just spamming the same image all the time. Or I might even find another image just to use, and obviously stick make sure that it's open source, it's free to use, because I wouldn't want to post the link to the original image in a tweet. So I'll go back to Hootsuite, I'll stick the picture in there, and it's so good now that the pictures don't count as characters anymore.
Okay.
On tweets, like they used to take down like 23 characters.
Yeah.
Which is quite annoying. Tell me what to do. Like I'd find that instead of extract, ventilation would probably have more relevant hashtags with it on Twitter. With -1 character. While service an efficient ventilation system is essential to safeguarding employees against the Also, we talk about bacteria locks. We've got a couple of articles about sick building syndrome. It's basically when a building's poorly maintained, it's not got good ventilation, it can actually affect the health of employees with lingering bacteria. So I'd stick a couple of hashtags in. I've got a picture in, and it's scheduled. And sometimes like they have the daily hashtags, like Monday motivation or Wednesday wisdom, that sort of thing. If it was one of those days, I would use that if it was relevant to the post. So like with Thursday, hashtag Thursday thoughts, what I've done before, bit of a geek, there's a Harry Potter quote by Dumbledore that says you can never have enough socks. So I'd grab a picture of Dumbledore that was like free to use, hashtag Thursday thoughts, and like post the quote with the picture, just something like that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Let's go to your blogs. Thank you very much for that. Right.
That's all right.
Just going to stop.